country this morning. Today correspondent Mike Leonard takes us up to Pawtucket, Rhode Island for a look at the hero business, which says if you can't find one, make one up.
America, 1987. The country goes nuts over heroes. Sports heroes, music heroes, movie heroes, heroes real and manufactured. Life today is one big hero sandwich, and the people are eating it up. Especially businessmen. They know that heroes sell. That's why they ask themselves,
what makes a good hero?
Is it the packaging?
You know, you look at Don Johnson 3 years ago, he was like the thing. 2 years ago, it was like the thing. And then all of a sudden along comes Bruce Willis.
Yes, in the hero business, it pays to look around, to see what kind of mood the public is in. That's what the Hasbro toy company did back in the early 60s when it first thought about manufacturing a hero.
And we came up with the concept of doing a soldier.
An 11.5-inch toy soldier called G.I. Joe. Designed as a doll for boys, it featured interchangeable outfits, fan club certificates, and a whole footlocker full of accessories, kind of like Barbie gone to boot camp.
We were the laughing stock at Toy Fair in 1964.
Soon after, though, the Hasbro people were laughing all the way to the bank. G.I. Joe caught on with kids like little Billy Stoller, who became so attached to his G.I. Joes that, well, he's still attached to them.
My parents have gotten rid of my old basketballs, my baseballs, my cleats, even my old Little League uniforms. But God forbid if they got rid of my G.I. Joes.
By the early 70s, however, an unpopular war made this soldier, for some, an unpopular sight on the toy store shelves. In 1978, Hasbro took G.I. Joe off the market. But don't jump to conclusions, they say.
Contrary to what everybody believes, G.I. Joe was not retired, if you will, because of the Vietnam War. Biggest year we ever had with G.I. Joe was 1973.
No, says Hasbro, this is what pushed G.I. Joe out of the toy stores: the OPEC oil embargo and the resulting rise in the price of plastic.
We just couldn't afford to make it anymore and be competitive.
There's got to be something you can do.
Ironically, Hasbro thanked its lucky stars when another company and another hero rode to the rescue. What a concept. Scale down the hero to 3.5 inches, then diversify the little guy. Make him part of a team, a collectible.
The one thing Star Wars taught us is that you could sell 30 million of these guys a year if you give them enough reason to want all of them.
America ushers in the age of multiple heroes. Hero inflation sweeps the land. With the devaluation of the comes the problem of hero dumping. Cut-rate heroes quickly flood the marketplace, then vanish just as quickly. In the early 80s, the people at Hasbro go back to the drawing board. The hallways are filled with talk of a G.I. Joe comeback. But knowing how children now get bored with one-dimensional heroes, the question becomes,
how do we make G.I. Joe an idea that transcends multiple characters?
The answer in 1982 was a brilliant one. Reissue G.I. Joe, but not really. Instead of relying on one hero to carry the load, Hasbro split him into 37 different personalities. There is no one Joe, just a team of Joes. And Joe villains. What's to keep Team Joe from going stale?
Every 2 years, the entire G.I. Joe line is brand new.
It's William the Refrigerator Perry. The fridge destroying G.I. Joe.
Today's real-live heroes fit that disposable mold quite easily. So do corporate heroes like Hasbro executive Kirk Bazigian. Catch the resemblance?
As marketing director of G.I. Joe, one of the privileges I have is saying, guys, immortalize me in plastic.
G.I. Joe no character.
Since the reintroduction 5 years ago, G.I. Joe, the team hero, has once again climbed to the top of the sales charts. That despite a continuing cry against the use of toys that glorify violence.
We're putting kids into an adventure. It's their way for good always to triumph over evil.
But wouldn't G.I. Joe be just as successful, say the critics, if he were modeled after, oh, say a consumer activist, for example?
No, I mean, and that's an interesting point that you raise, because we get a lot of queries from people, well, why don't you make priests, and why don't you make truck drivers, and why don't you make, you know, more mundane, if you will, non-violent kind of role models for kids to play with. The truth of the matter is they wouldn't sell. They've been tried, and they fail miserably.
For now. The way modern society chews up heroes, though, there may not be any tough guys left by the 1990s. What then? Could the sensitive man make a comeback as a hero? Could he possibly become a role model for G.I. Joe?
You never know.
Because in this business, it's hero today, gone tomorrow. For today, Mike Leonard, NBC News, Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Totally unrelated to Mike's story, we're going to take a look up next at the rapidly growing problem of what to do with our excess garbage. 8:14, we'll take a break. This is Today on NBC.